It's 3 a.m. You're lying in the dark, staring at the ceiling. You're not in pain. Nothing is wrong. The house is silent. But some part of your brain is wide awake and certain that something is about to kill you. You roll over. You check the time. You tell yourself to relax. It won't listen. And it was never supposed to, because the thing keeping you awake is not broken. It is working perfectly. It's just running a program written for a world that no longer exists. To understand it, go back. Long before beds, before walls, before fire. Your ancestors slept on the open ground, under the open sky. No lock, no roof, no light. Just bodies, lying in the dark. And the dark was full of things that were better at it than they were. Leopards hunt at night. Their eyes are built for it. Yours are not. For most of human history, night was the deadliest part of the day. A sleeping human is a soft, slow, blind animal. Easy. So evolution made a deal with you. You can sleep, but not all the way. Deep in your brain sits a knot of cells the size of a grain of rice. It's called the amygdala. It has one job: scan for danger. It never clocks out. While you sleep, it keeps listening. To the room, to the dark, to everything. A branch snaps, a floorboard creaks, a sound that doesn't belong. And before you're even awake, your body is already getting ready to run. Heart rate up, muscles tight, eyes open in the dark. It was the fridge. It was the wind. It was nothing. But your body doesn't gamble on nothing. The cost of being wrong was death. 1,000 false alarms are cheaper than missing the one that's real. The ones who slept too deeply never woke up. You are not their descendant. Now look at the clock again. Why is it always around 3 a.m.? That's not random. Around then, something inside you starts to rise. A hormone called cortisol, the same chemical your body floods you with under stress. In the deep night, it quietly climbs, preparing you to wake and move. For a farmer, that meant rising with the work. For a hunted animal, it meant be ready. So in the dead hours, your body is primed, alert, and looking for a reason. And a primed brain in a silent room will always find one. The bill. The text you didn't send. The thing you said 9 years ago. There's no leopard anymore. So your mind hands the fear a new shape. The alarm is ancient. The threat is modern. The feeling is exactly the same. Here's something stranger. You may be sleeping wrong on purpose. A historian named Roger Ekirch spent years reading old letters, diaries, court records, and he found the same forgotten phrase over and over: first sleep. Before electric light, people didn't sleep in one solid block. They slept in two. A first sleep after dark, then an hour or two awake in the middle of the night. They prayed, talked, made love, tended the fire, then went back to sleep. That gap wasn't a problem. It was normal, expected, human. Then we lit the world up and squeezed sleep into one rigid block. So when you wake at 3 a.m., you think you're failing. You're not. You might just be obeying an older clock. Notice how badly you sleep the first night somewhere new. A hotel, a friend's couch. It's comfortable. You still lie awake. In 2016, scientists at Brown University watched people sleep in a lab. On the first night, one half of the brain refused to switch off. It stayed lighter, more alert, reacting to sounds the other half ignored. Dolphins do this. Some birds do this. Half asleep, half on guard. In a strange place, your brain still posts a sentry. Just in case. It doesn't know it's a hotel. It only knows. This place is unfamiliar. And unfamiliar for 3 million years meant dangerous. But the strangest part isn't how lightly you sleep. It's that someone was always awake. Picture a hunter-gatherer camp, 30 people asleep around a dying fire. In 2017, researchers studied the Hadza of Tanzania, who still live this way. They tracked the whole group's sleep night after night with sensors. And across all those nights, they found something remarkable. There was almost never a moment when everyone was asleep at once. On average, across the whole night, all of them slept together for just 8 minutes. Not by a schedule. Nobody was assigned a watch. It happened on its own, because they didn't all sleep at the same rhythm. The old woke early, the young drifted off late, the restless stirred in between. Researchers called it the sentinel effect, a guard that no one chose to be. At any hour, at least one pair of eyes was open, watching the dark. Your light sleep wasn't a flaw in the group. It was the group's alarm system. Each restless sleeper protected everyone else, including the ones who slept deep. For 3 million years, this system kept your bloodline alive. Then, we changed the rules. In 1879, a man in a lab made the sun optional. Edison's bulb didn't just light rooms, it erased night itself. Deep in your brain is a master clock, set by one thing: light. For millions of years, light meant one thing: the sun. Day. Safe. Be awake. As light faded, your brain released melatonin and gently pulled you under. Now look at what you hold 6 inches from your face at midnight. A small bright screen, glowing the exact blue of a morning sky. Your ancient clock reads it as one word: dawn. So, it cancels the melatonin. It holds back sleep. It keeps you ready. You're telling your body it's sunrise while begging it to sleep. It obeys the light. It always has. It can't tell a phone from the sun. And here's the part nobody says out loud. Your sleeplessness is worth money. Every app on that screen is built to keep you watching 1 more minute. It learns what holds you, then feeds it to you, right at the hour you should be asleep. The longer you stay up, the more of you there is to sell. Your ancient alarm kept you alive. Now it's a door someone props open for profit. The leopard left. The watchman stayed. And someone learned to rent him out. Step back and look at the trap you're caught in. You have a brain built to wake at the snap of a twig, living in a world that never goes quiet and never goes dark. Sirens, notifications, a streetlight bleeding through the blinds. Every one of them, to your amygdala, is a branch snapping in the dark, and you face it alone. No fire, no circle of bodies, no one else on watch. For the first time in human history, you sleep with no one guarding you. So your brain does the only thing it knows. It guards you itself. All night. Every night. A sentry standing watch over a tribe of one. So tonight, when you're staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., remember what you are. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're not failing at something simple. You are the latest model of a machine that survived everything that tried to eat it. Every ancestor who slept too deep was erased. You carry only the light sleepers. Their fear is your fear. Their watch is your watch. It kept them alive. The tragedy is simple. The danger is gone. But no one told the guard. He's still on the wall, still scanning the dark, still waiting for a threat that died long ago. You can't fire him, but you can tell him the truth. Lower the lights. Quiet the room. Let the sun set inside you, like it used to. The watch is over. The fire has burned down. The tribe is finally safe. You were never lying awake for no reason. You were standing guard for people long gone. And now, at last, you're allowed to rest.